Welcome back, I'm Dr. Ruckus, and today we're playing a pretty absurd deck ranking up to rank number 85 Mythic with Grixis Lich-Knights, built around the Lich-Knights Conquest, a 5-mana sorcery. You can sack any number of artifacts, enchantments, and or tokens, then return that many creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. It turns out, you don't actually already need these creature cards in the graveyard first. You can perform the sacrifices and then reanimate them, meaning if you drop a turn 2 Baelmer, get some mill action, fill the graveyard a little bit, maybe drop a turn 3 Flood Pits, draw a discard, maybe put something useful in the graveyard, turn 4 Boiler Bilges, ping something down for 4 damage. You can then sack them to Lich-Knights Conquest and then reanimate those very same things because you sack them as enchantments and then reanimate them as creatures, get all of the enter the battlefield effects again. If your opponent can't answer that, then you have 3 5/5s, which will end the game fairly quickly by itself and certainly block most attackers your opponent might have. Even if they can destroy each of these, or even sweep them, or even Sunfall exile them, you get a ton of enter the battlefield value. You mill some stuff out into the graveyard, so you're ready for the next reanimation, even through Sunfall. You draw a discard, again, helps through Sunfall, and you also got to pick off, hopefully, one of their biggest creatures with 4 damage. So that is a very powerful sequence and super satisfying to pull off. The other combo I like is going turn 3 Carnosaur into turn 4 Zombify. You can pay 3 to discard the Carnosaur and deal 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Just pick off something cheap, and then immediately into the turn 4 Zombify, bring back the Carnosaur, get the Discover 5, and often just roll that right into a large, 5-mana Flood Pits creature or 5-mana Baelmer creature. It's a very strong sequence. The last thing I'll note, or one of the last 2 things I'll note, first is Nowhere to Run is, as much as I always say I hate these cards, it's pretty good in this deck because it leaves behind an enchantment body, which means when you Lich-Knights Conquest, you can sack the random enchantment on your battlefield to get an extra target to reanimate. It's basically a free little bit of value in there. I did look if there were any 1 or 2 drop removal spells that were either an artifact or an enchantment or a token. I didn't find anything, so we're just leaning on Cut Down and Torch the Tower. Otherwise, that would be very cool to have more fodder around to sack. The last thing I do want to note is I was looking for ways to give things haste, because you end up with these 3 5/5s on the battlefield quite routinely, and if you could just get them to attack all at once, you'd really end games on the spot. So I did cut a copy of Boiler Bilges for Enduring Courage. It's a 4-mana 3/3 enchantment creature. Again, it's an enchantment, so you could sack it if you needed to get something back. Like, you just needed an answer. You could sack, the Enduring Courage into the Carnosaur to try to hit a removal spell or something like that. But whenever another creature enters, you give it +2/+0 and haste until end of turn, and even if this thing dies, it sticks around as an enchantment. So that seems very fitting for the deck. You could try some similar things. I also considered Serac and Goreclaw, which is green, so you'd have to reanimate that. Terror of the Peaks is similar. When another creature enters, you deal damage to any target equal to that creature's power, kind of similar to haste. And even Imidane's Recruiter is another thing that gives everything haste. So I was looking at some other options. I don't think you need Bitter Reunion. You already have so much draw discard through the Baelmer and the Flood Pits, and discarding the Carnosaur to itself, that I don't think you need more of that, even though the 1-mana haste option could be good. I tried some Fear of Missing Out, but just seemed like for mono red, you need at least 12 removal spells early game, and you got the 16th through the Carnosaur, but I don't think there is space for this either. Bitter Triumph is good, but I don't think you need more discard fodder, given what I just explained, so you can look at the sideboard, but I'm pretty happy with what we have here today. It's sweet. It's very fun to pull this off. Enjoy the gameplay. Let's dive right in. The play looks very good. We can run right into Zombify, hopefully. You're gonna have any creatures to target. Maybe not. 1 top draw. Let's not give him Dinosaur. Let's give Avatar here. Lots of removal, nowhere to go. Blue-black. What is that? Okay. Oh, this is like a commander card or something. It's played in standard. Alright. Next blue. Overlord. I guess we'll bend the Carnosaur, maybe. It's only a fast land, but still, I mean, that's what we're trying to do here. I guess we'll top deck the regular land. If you draw more than 1 card this turn, put X+1 counters on target creature you control. We've seen no early drops. I kind of think we can bend Cut Down. It's going to fit into a curve better later, but I'm not sure I'm willing to give up Go for the Throat yet. See if we can top deck a land. Oh, we're going again. I guess we'll bend Go for the Throat. Are they going to have any big creatures? I guess they'll put +1 counters on stuff, right? I still want to keep Nowhere to Run. I like it with the... We do not hit the next land, which is very sad. So we just sit here doing nothing. So they want to draw cards, extra cards, before they even go to combat. So they might not have that many instants for our turn. Get out. Return 1 or 2 target creature or enchantments. Alright. Sure. Okay. I think we'll been Torch and go for the throat. I still want to keep nowhere to run. I think Torch is going to be cheap. Well, let's go to Torch Tower. Alright, we're ready for Zombify here. Let's see if we can not whiff. If we cast this now, we sack the Flood Pits and just recast the Flood Pits, which is fine, honestly. It's 1 turn faster for free. Drop discard. We'll keep the Carnosaur, though we can reanimate it already. I guess just reanimate that next turn. It's a lot of pressure. Over to run, -3. Flood Pit's down. That's okay. Fear of Isolation. Bounce Hopeless Nightmare. Okay, I think we are just zombifying the Carnosaur and running that back. We could also... I mean, it's pretty solid. We'll see how much damage we take this coming turn. Could also hit a removal spell for the Fear of Isolation. Let's try to leave open black if we can. I guess we cannot. Cool. Nice. Decent pick. We're at 14 versus double Hopeless Nightmare.
Those who get in my way tend to regret it.
Lose a Carnosaur.
I've always hated clowns.
Another Hopeless Nightmare. I mean, Nowhere Run seems useful against them if they're really this cheap. And it gives us more enchantments. We'll see if I regret that. Cut down. I think we're picking off Liliana here. They're close to dead. We don't have to. We could let them plus and lose the cut down. I'm not sure I'm ready to do that just yet.
It's no fun when they hit back.
Okay, 5/5 comes down. Carnosaur returns. If we hit the untapped land, we can just go right into it. I think I'm bending the cut down here. Down to 10. I think we're bending the Nowhere to Run here. Down to 8. There's the untapped land. I don't think they make it discard at instant speed. I think we attack here first. Bounce you and Hopeless Nightmare. Okay. I guess they know we're recasting it then. Sure. Although if we hit reanimation, we already have 2 in hand. I mean, that's the thing we'd want to reanimate. Oh, fight Lich Knight, Zombify Lich Knight. I think we can leave that one down there. To 8. Discover 5. Yeah, there's Zombify. Get the Carnosaur we left down there. Discover 5. No targets for you. You know what I think we might add? What if we could find one creature that when it enters the battlefield, it gives all your creatures haste? I think that could be really good. I feel like that's kind of what's missing. I think we'll keep the Carnosaur. 30 cards left, down to 6. Can they win this turn? Bounce 2 of them. I don't think you get to 0. Lose the Carnosaur, drop to 4. I think we got him here. We aren't going to deck ourselves, so we just get in there. Yeah, let's go dig. Let's see if we can find a creature that gives everything haste when it enters. I think I could make space for that, because we're milling so much. It's a good chance it just sits in the graveyard until you need it. On the play. Looks good against most things. We'll have Moles to Sticks. We're ready with Torch the Tower. Okay. Don't love that. We don't have double blue for Overlord either. Does not look like a great matchup for us. We have no targets to discard the Carnosaur for. We're really hoping they play a random creature here. That'd be huge for us. No? We are just sitting here doing nothing. Not a good look. Opponent's gonna go turn 6, win. That's interesting. I think we got one of these on the board. I mean, they could power up the Sanctuary, I guess. Wow, just total whiffing. It's not good. At some point, we'll discard a hand size. That's a target for the Carnosaur. I don't think there's any reason to do it now. I guess we'll take 2, because it doesn't really matter that much. Oh, they're going to Kaito in? Did not really expect that. I didn't think they would be that deck. Hexproof. We could double know where to run it. How much, I really want to just discard the Carnosaur, I think. So now it's got 5 loyalty. I think we just let it go, though?
I thrive in the dark.
Just to discard the Carnosaur, I think? Oh man, it's not even going to work until our turn. That's tough. This is a weird thing to do. If they have a counter, we'll see it. Guess if they're going to counter it, it's just going to happen. My head was totally on, they're going to mill us out with the demon, but it's not. It's not what deck they're playing. Mastermind returns. This time we won't let him move to combat. No, not this time. What else you got? Nothing. That is not so bad. I think we start with a full price Avatar here. Running out Zombify. I mean, maybe it gets counter, maybe it doesn't. But this definitely doesn't. We might want Torch for another Mastermind. Though they would have flashed it in now if they had it, right? We might need Torch Tower. We already have a Zombify target. I think you just bin the land. And hold open Torch Tower. We could definitely kill their Sanctuary by sacking a nowhere to run. It's interesting. I think I'm pretty... Ah, it's 4 toughness, actually. Why is this thing 4 toughness? Because the ninja. Okay. Well, that's interesting. They're gonna hit us for 8, and then run out another removal spell. It's gotta be Carnosaur time. They are gonna mill us, though. Alright, Carnosaur's gotta go the distance here. Down to 8 opponents effectively tapped out. We can get back 2 creatures. That's pretty good. We go for it for sure. Carnosaur's one of them. We could Overlord to try to hit the next Carnosaur off Zombify next turn. We could just look for removal. We already have all the Overlords in hand. If we want draws, I guess we can just find them. Sure. Yeah, we'll return one of these to the hand, I think. Alright, that was a big turn. Kind of stumbled the early game. I was locked into a Demon Mill, and I wasn't thinking Mastermind might get Kaito'd out. Kaito might get Masterminded out. But board state is strong. 31 cards left. No attacks, my move. A non-artifact creature. It is not an artifact creature. We could attack all and still zombify. I think we zombify first. Just get the next Carnosaur going. Just Overlord it instead. It's also nice. Could counter it with a fairy counterspell. They don't, though. Attempt to zap you for 4. Tasha's Tidebender. Okay. As long as it So it is countered. But I'm not sure that's a reason to kill the Tidebender now. Are we going to lose if we attack here? It's kind of the question. If they kill this, they could still counter this last, I think we leave 2 blockers back. We don't have any more reanimators. It's like a decent removal spell against probably a lot of what they're doing. Yeah, I'll take it. We can find other things to reanimate. Let's see how and if they want to block. They take it all. Drop to 8. We have 2 blockers back. If they're going to counter something, let's make them use mana on their own turn. Take out 1 blocker now. Still have 2 mana open. No, they don't tap out. Looks like they had one more removal spell they wanted to use. This takes a lot of mana to go. Remove the Boiler Bilges, and counter the Gopher Throat, and power up the Restless Reef. I think that's too much to ask for them this turn. 2 attackers. No attackers. If we take out the Tidebender, we do get a lot of damage. So we go for it. Let's see if they have that Spell Stutter sitting in hand all game. So we could Overlord, 25 cards left. We could Overlord into a removal spell, which wouldn't be bad. We could Overlord into a Zombify, Overlord into a Lich-Knights con, that's too expensive. The Overlord's also uncounterable. I mean, presumably they power up the Reef to block and flash in something else. I think we're going to attack here first. We can zap this. Maybe they have another Tidebender. Okay, very much lethal presented. Mastermind. We can pick that off before we move to blockers. For just very cheap here. Okay, bizarre game. Yeah, I feel like I messed up the beginning for sure, because I just didn't really have Kaito on the mind, but nice little comeback there. On the draw, we definitely keep this. If there are any aggro, we are ready to go. Mull to 6. Hello. Azorius question mark. Okay, well, we don't have double blue for the Overlord. Ah, there it is. Not too bad. If we thought we had no targets for Nowhere to Run ever, we could put it down now, just have an enchantment out. I don't think we're ready to commit to that yet. Cool. I mean, this is going really nicely so far. Let's see if they counter this. It's not a big deal if they do. Can always zombify back. Okay, so probably some removal here. I think both these guys are going. Sorry, just single card. Yeah, I guess we can... What would they play? We might need to... I think we can bin Torch. Oh, they're stuck on land. Okay, nothing to reanimate, so I guess we just slam the Boiler Bilges here. Get it cooking. Uncounterable. 4 to the face. Okay, they are potentially Oculus. Jin goes down. Do they hit their land? If not, they're really struggling in this game. They don't hit land. We cannot punish them, though. We have nothing to zombify. So we just sit. The next Overlord will be flipping soon-ish. Not sure if they even run Destruction or Removal. Alright. Jin comes out. We could Nowhere to Run and burn a Cut Down. Like it's Nowhere to Run out of the hand onto the battlefields. We'd have We'd have enough black to do it all, I think. I don't think there'll be much better targets for this. Alright, cut down attempt number 1. Can still counter this. That's okay. And cut down attempt number 2. More land. I think we will play it out. Flip the Overlord, and let's see if they prioritize, you know, soul partitioning it or reanimating the Djinn again. Okay, we have removal for that. Not so bad. Looks like we'll get our attack trigger off. I guess they could into the Flood Maw before we enter combat. It's pretty sweet. Any reason not to do that now? What are we going to hit? I mean, this is probably what we're going to do no matter what this turn. It's not going to impact our combat, though, so I guess we can still go to combat here first. Don't need to land. Fear Missing Out's cool. I don't think they're going to kill any of our creatures. I'm not actually sure we need Zombify. I think we'll keep the Fear Missing Out. I always think it's 2 cards, just 1. We'll just spin the land then. For some reason, I always think it's draw 2, discard 2. Alright, big turn for us. Here comes Discover 5. Let's hope we don't hit a removal spell. Like another Overlord would be sweet. Come on, baby. Roll those dice. I thought we were going to put it in the hand. I guess we'll put it in the hand. We have plenty of enchantments out to sack later to a Lich-Knights Conquest. If we discard the enchantment, we'll then have 3 types down there. So we'd almost turn on Fear of Missing Out. Yeah, I mean, they could get out of this, I guess, if they have a lot of bounce spells. Unsummon the Discover card? Bold. I mean, I guess they all have ETBs. Okay, they had a slow start, but we did crush them. 83 Mythic. On the draw, we have no red yet. We have only Go for the Throat. I'm still going to keep it. We're going to be okay. We're going to hit that red. It's going to happen. Mono black. Still no red. Living the life here. If they go bat, take our only playable, we'll be sad. They do nothing. Okay. Holding on to removal spells here. That's interesting. Let's see. If you descended this turn, descend each time a permanent card is put in your graveyard. These things don't go to the graveyard, right? I actually don't know. We're about to find out. We're gonna do this. I don't think this counts as descending. Does not. Alright, Avatar, we're still stuck on red. Don't think you can use it to, discard the Carnosaur. Corpses Part 2. Next removal spell. Alright, give me a land off the top here. Ooh, just what I wanted to see. Cool. So it's probably just you. We could hold on to the Carnosaur for another creature, but this is fine. So it begins. Automaton. It's a skeleton with haste. It only has 2 toughness though. We could Overlord and still torch this thing, which I think is fine. It'll be exiled too. We could also discard the Carnosaur if we want to set up for just zombifying it next turn. Probably Fastland can go here. Do we need second red right now? Not really. I guess the question is, do we want to Carnosaur? I guess the answer is basically yes. So we'll discard you into the Conquest next turn. We'll play out this Fastland. Hold on to Torch the Tower. So we can Lich-Knights Conquest, sacrifice all 3 enchantments, and get back both avatars plus the Carnosaur. And hopefully go to town. Alright. 2 damage here. Drop to 14. Take 5 down to 9. It's big. But hopefully we can go bigger. So again, we just have the Carnosaur down there. Sack all 3. Carnosaur, plus the other 2. 4 damage. We might hit a removal spell. I'm kind of tempted to go face here. I guess it's a big boy. We just reanimate it next turn. I think we're going face. I know that might seem greedy. Yeah, we hit the removal spell off the top anyway. Next time we should reorder the triggers. We'll bin the fast land, I think. No cut down open, but very strong. I don't think they'll run sweepers. They could. I mean, you don't know. This is a non-meta corpses deck. They're not running like a bunch of 1-drop and 2-drop skeletons, at least that we've seen. That was a hugely explosive play. You kind of need a sweeper to come back from this position. Carnosaur's got trample. Overlord's got attack trigger. I mean, we can just attack with everything and then bring back the Overlord. It's going to be a big next turn. Okay. Start with the attack, see if we can get any more enchantments around. No. 1 cut down can go, I think. Sack you into Carnosaur, I think. That's where we're at. Almost dead here. We'll see if we hit removal. Nope, we hit a very strong card. Don't catch me on record saying that. I didn't say it was a very strong card. It's an okay card. Carnosaur to the hand. We're just singing. Damn. This is fun. I have never seen anyone play this deck. This is feeling very strong. I'm wondering now if we... It's tough. I don't want to cut Zombify because I feel like turn 3 Carnosaur to turn 4 Zombify is so good. But I don't want to cut a single copy of Lich-Knights Conquest because it's very satisfying. So I ended up cutting the Flood Pits, a 3-drop, to just jam in even more 4-drops because I feel like the Overlord of the Boiler Builder is just so good. Could be a mistake. Maybe we should run 4 Flood Pits. It's unclear. Go for the throat. We got the Zombify. We can't double Zombify. We'll just Boiler Builders for lethal here. Whoops, that's fine. Okay. And then we Zombify out the Boiler Bilges and go forward to the face. I think I like the Boiler Bilges 4 copies of, because I picture them as having very explosive turns. Like you reanimate a couple of these, paying for 4 each time. Seems deadly. 77 Mythic. On the draw with Carnosaur, we keep this. Honor it to the face. That's okay. We're ready-ish for you. Give me one more turn to set up. There's no white here. So, we can go for the throat through anything. Another challenger. Ow. Oh, they go for it. That's nice. Because we're so good at passing quickly, I suppose. Die. Still take 5? So if you really want to Carnosaur this turn, we should basically do it now. Otherwise we do get blown out by Monstrous Rage. Which is too bad, but it just is what it is, man. 211. We're at 11. Do they slow down? Lightning Strike? No, another Rage. Not slowed down yet. We dropped to 4. It's not a good place to be. We only have Fast Land, so another Carnosaur turn. I mean, we're so close to dead here. Hey. We can go for the throat. I mean, I think we now have to do this. Just 1? To 3? Lightning Strike face? Mouse. Ow. Dude does not relent. Zombify into Carnosaur. It's the only move. Basically, it is in fact the only move. Here we go. Never didn't have it. I mean, pretty much any spell here is very impactful. Sure. Question is, can we get them from, you know, wherever to 0 before they just top deck Lightning Strike? They're looking to trade. 2/1 double strike. 3/1 double strike. In trample, maybe. Are more getting in there? Are they going to sacrifice one to us? Okay, so we're going to block here because this absorbs all the damage, and also it makes the next reanimation target better. Flat trade. We're so close to dead here. I think it's this. Kill the mouse. Hold on. No lightning strike top deck. And then it's Carnosaur, and you just hope it goes well. Then we have to start attacking. Oh boy. I will block. Oh man, we might actually get out of this. Completely trade. Carnosaur could whiff, or it could be epic. We're going for epic here. We gotta win real soon. Not a removal spell. Alright, put in hand. Fine, I'll hold on to that. Come on, baby. We gotta win soon. It's a land. Come on, baby. We're going again. I think. No? Alright, fine. Hold that open. Probably should have played that before we played the Carnosaur. So we can leave open a 0 paint land. Torch. We win next turn if they have nothing. They act like they got nothing. This could be it. We drop the Boiler Brothers. We win against Mono Red. Very close. Very close. 71 Mythic. Alright, thank you for staying to the end. If you enjoyed this sweet Grixis Lich-Knights Overlord Reanimator deck, you can leave a like, you can leave a comment, and you can subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.